Hello everybody, Firemac here, and let's continue the Satch route in Asagao Academy. I sat up momentarily disoriented.
Good morning.
Oh.
Hey.
I must have fallen asleep. Now the room was lit with a warm orange glow. The sun was starting to set. It was happy and calm. It eased my mood slightly as I smiled at Mai. She avoided my eyes, instead marching over to her desk. With a brisk movement, she moved a stack of papers and books to the floor. Then she yanked out each of her drawers and one by one dumped them over her desk. Pencils, plush toys, erasers that looked like little bits of food, and a surprising number of keys piled onto the smooth white wood. Oh hey! That's my Turby pen! So that's where it got off to. Mai grabbed the pen and handed it to me without even looking at me. She stared at her desk for a few seconds, seemingly thinking. Then she began to pick through the pieces, sorting them by size and color. Her hands moved frantically, moving above the piles even when she had nothing in her hands. Hey, Mai? Her foot tapped incessantly against the floor. She tilted her head towards me, but didn't respond. It took me a few seconds to realize that I was the reason she was acting this way. Shame crept up my shoulders as I pieced together what happened just before I fell asleep. Stress or no stress, that was no way to treat my friend. I was definitely in the wrong here. Time to own up. I'm sorry about today that I accused you. I didn't mean to. I don't think you did it. I believe that you didn't do it. I mean, I trust you. I shouldn't have attacked you just because I was afraid. I was scapegoating. I was really wrong. Her constant movement stopped. She sat back slightly. Then her shoulders heaved as she took a deep breath. Thank you. She turned to her pens and papers, but this time she was more calm and started actually putting stuff back into her drawers. I turned away from her, needing something to cuddle. I grabbed Mr. Bunny and snuggled into his fur. I was wrong. It was wrong of me to accuse her. It definitely was. But at the same time, when I did, how could you say something like that to me? She got so mad even leaving the room. In a situation like that, it would be normal to ask who did it. I wasn't entirely sure her action was warranted. She was so defensive about it. As much as I'd rather not acknowledge it, it was suspicious. She's still suspecting her! But Mai was my friend. She said she didn't do it. Should I trust her? Should I trust her, right? I think that sentence was supposed to be, I should trust her, right? Maybe it was written that way, I just didn't read it. Okay, anyway. The trust mean I had to believe someone when there was evidence to the contrary. Oh. Satch came by. He also thinks we didn't do it, and he's going to try to figure out who took the boots. Mai stopped sorting her stuff again, seemingly struck.
Really?
There's no need for him to do that. Why would he go so far for us? Satch is such a good person. He really is. He wants us to lay low while he looks for evidence. That's fine, I don't like parading around right now anyways. As the sun faded slowly from view, the stillness in our room began to irk me. I didn't want to leave the room, not after what happened today, but inside our dorm it was insulated, stuffy. Even though time clearly passed, I was caught in a standstill. Satch was trying to save us. There wasn't any reason for him to do such a thing. We went to the flower festival together, sure, but what happened there was nowhere near justification for him to stick his neck out for us. He'd known us. He'd known us, what, a month? And he was fighting against his friends he had for who knows how long. Who knows how long. I didn't even know about him, did I? Yet now that I thought about it, he saved my neck with the overdue book too. He put his job on the line and never told me. Wouldn't ever have let me know either. He took on so much for other people and hardly ever talked about it. Why? Just because he thought it was right? And here I was, sitting in my room like a fearful child, cuddling a rabbit. I didn't think he was wrong that we should lay low. It looked really suspicious for me to be meddling around now, but I couldn't just sit here and do nothing. Some library books have gone missing. Oh! That's it! I could help him find those library books! Working at the library was what helped him pay to go to Asagao, after all. It'd be really bad if he got in trouble or even got fired. Granted, it wasn't his fault. It was probably the librarian's, but she was the one with the power. And he wouldn't have time to find them if he was trying to clear my name. Of course, he never let me do it if he knew I was helping him, so I just wouldn't mention it. Knowing that there was still something I could do to help someone who was himself so helpful made me feel tons better. I don't know what it is, but right now I'm having a hard time reading this in a nice, consistent flow. Hey, do you want to work on that geography homework together? I'm never good at remembering where the Mushroom Kingdom is. Ha! Mushroom Kingdom. Mai snapped out of her stupor with a jolt. Huh? Oh, us? What'd she say? I think she said sure. Oh, yeah, it was like 2 letters, though. With a renewed sense of purpose, Mai and I got to work. Things wouldn't stay like this for long. It was just a matter of time before it blew over. Mai and I faced each other in the stairwell, hearts pumping fast. Are you ready? I took a deep breath. There was nothing for it. We'd have to face them eventually. Might as well be now. Yeah, let's do this. Together, we stepped into the hallway, immediately ahead of us. Jared and PUG were grouped around a locker, whispering to each other with dark looks. Hey, guys! Even from across the hall, the looks on their faces were priceless. Oh, thank you for this. Alright, we're gonna ignore. We approached them. So far, so good, they hadn't run. How are you two doing this fine day? Swell, we're swell! I winced. My voice was so high-pitched, even I was hurting from it. My elbowed Jared in the side with a casual chuckle. Ready for that quiz? I'm not in your grade. Right! I meant PBG, I was talking to him. So are you? PBG glanced around him in desperation, finally locking eyes with Jared in a plea for help. Oops, I have to go now. I was supposed to meet a person at my locker for some ladies. Ladles? PBG grabbed Jared's arm, clinging for dear life.
Bye.
Jared ripped his arm away and dashed up the stairs. Oh. Ha, PBG got left behind. Damn, no wonder he was so popular. He could probably medal in track with legs like those. Trying to face PBG, I smiled brightly. PBG was always friendly. He was always considered others' feelings. He would probably be okay with us. Well, ready for class? PBG glanced from the books in his hands to his locker. Yeah, I forgot that I also needed... He walked away.
I can't believe this.
They just laughed? What the heck was that? It was a little much to assume things would just go normal right away. It's not like those things should go to normal, but couldn't there have been a little decency? They were acting like we were glittering vampires or something. I wanted to console her, to say something encouraging, but my mind was completely blank. Instead of thoughts, a feeling pounded its way through my skull and down to my heart. Betrayal. I thought we were friends. This sucks. I was so close to Jared, closer than I've ever been before, and now he's further away than ever, and it's not even because I freaked him out. I thought he would've... Oh my, don't worry. Come on, let's just go to class. Maybe if we keep our heads down, lunch will be better. Class that morning wasn't fun. When I first entered the room, I nodded at them, trying to declare my friendship in some way. PBG and John wouldn't even look at me. Their backs remained fully turned the entire class. But one person did look our way. Shane. Boy, did he look. Each time his gaze strayed to our side of the room, it was filled with venom. Ultimately, neither I nor Mai could handle it. We kept our heads low and did our work. I had no idea what was Shane's deal. He was acting like we murdered a batch of baby seals or told him digestives were nasty. Wait, what? That second one didn't make no sense. There was nothing we could do but wait for time to pass. When the bell for lunch finally rang, we hung back a bit and tried to decide what to do. It's not as we can avoid the entire cafeteria. I didn't bring my lunch today. More importantly, I don't want to run away.
What the hell?
This whole thing is stupid. We've done nothing wrong. There's no real reason that we're being treated like murderers or people who use ad block. Ha! I know, right? You guys, that's a important message. If you want to support your favorite YouTubers, don't use ad block, because then they can't earn the money from your views. I mean, that's why the ads are there. Now back to your corporately sponsored game. Okay, I don't know. I didn't know where I was going with that. Let's keep going. Look, let's just go to lunch. We'll pretend everything's normal, and if that doesn't work out, if that doesn't work out, then we'll see what then. That was how Mai and I ended up standing in the middle of the cafeteria, our trays piled with spaghetti and cheesecake. Spaghetti and cheesecake. Ugh. That's not a good combo, in my opinion. I like both of those things, but together like that? Ugh. There were seats open at the normal boots table. They hadn't bothered to block them off. As we stared doubtfully in their direction, Satch looked up. He smiled at us. It was like hearing music for the first time. In that moment, I realized we hadn't seen a friendly look all day. I began just a little to hope. Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe they won't mind. Let's give it a go, shall we? We headed to the table, 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. They weren't moving. We were almost to the table, it looked like. But then the body shifted. Books and feet came out of nowhere, and suddenly there weren't any free seats. We stared at them, unable to believe our eyes. They looked away sheepishly. Man, I do not like this route. They all hate us now. I don't like this. It almost seemed premeditated. I couldn't tell whether they chose to do it this way to hurt our feelings, or if they just hadn't realized we were still trying to make things right.
Oh.
Sorry, Hana. It's just, we've got a lot to think about right now. Official cult business, you know? Privacy would be nice. Of course. I turned about to walk away when I thought better of it. If things were going to go on like this, maybe it was better we did just get it over with in one blow. Why keep trying if they weren't going to give us a chance? So, does this mean we won't be able to sit with you guys anymore? A look of alarm passed across Satch's face. He opened his mouth to protest, but I think it would be best if we had some time to figure things out. I hung my head. I didn't want to look at them anymore. Mai and I turned from the table as we walked away. Then looks on our faces made plain what happened to the rest of the students. Hushed whispers rippled through the cafeteria. They got kicked out! Did something happen? I knew it couldn't last. Maybe such a bitch. As we continued across the cafeteria, something clattered to the right of us. A spoon was on the table. Having fallen out of Luke's mouth, Ian grimaced and looked away. Even the Hidden Block Club was aghast. Even they didn't want to have anything to do with us. I frantically searched their faces looking for some sign of warmth. Alright, so far, Satch's run is like the first time I've seen the entire Hidden Block crew. Not even PUBG's route, not even in the first beginning, because Walid was never there. But now, for the first time ever, I see the Hidden Block crew together. But a hand clamped around my shoulder, jolting me out of my thoughts. You call yourself friends? Mai was yelling. She turned around and was all out yelling at the Normal Boots Club. The men of Normal Boots stared at their food. I can't believe you! Any of you! I thought you were better than this! She looked directly at Jared, her hand tightened on my arm, so much so that it hurt.
I can't believe this.
I thought you were better than this. If this is how you treat your friends, we don't want any part of it. Tears rolled down my face, horrified. I reached out to wipe them and nearly dropped my tray on the floor. I didn't want to be there anymore. Come on, Hana. She jerked me away from the tables, away from the whispering herds of students, away from our so-called friends. Just before we left the cafeteria, Mai faltered. I really thought they were better than that. And we left. Without even realizing, we arrived at the classroom. Neither of us actively chose it, but it was completely empty. It would do. We automatically sat in our regular desk. I turned my chair around to face Mai, this time tilting it a bit further to block the opposite side of the room from you. I was still crying. No matter how hard I tried, the tears wouldn't stop coming. I hated it. I hated feeling so stupid and emotional. I'd be so much better if I could be like Mai and get angry, make it seem like it didn't affect me at all. But it did affect me. It really did. So much so that Mai had to come to my rescue in front of everybody. At least I had her. She could have tried to distance herself from me to make herself look better, but she didn't. Where would I be without her? We ate in silence. The spaghetti I had, an American special, tasted like plastic. Mai shifted in front of me, drumming her hands against the top of her desk. In fact, she wasn't eating much at all. She pushed her food around with her plate, glancing up now and then to look out at the cloudy skies. Finally, she noticed me watching her.
Oh, no.
Oh. Something about the tone of her voice worried me. I set down my fork. I have something to tell you. Please don't get mad at me or anything. I wasn't trying to keep it a secret from you. It's never gone well when I told people in the past. I didn't want that to happen here, too. My, we're friends. You've unquestionably had my back this entire time. You deserve the same in return. You deserve the same in return, okay. I smiled at her and she sheepishly glanced away. Yeah, well, She swallowed. I have kleptomania. Oh, God. She stole the boots. I stared at her. Dang it. I missed that other line. Can I go back? I want to go back. I still don't know how to do it, because I couldn't find a freaking guide on the controls. But I did find that there's like an autosave that was just a little bit before the dialogue option, so... I stared at her. Then something clicked into place. There we go. That was all I wanted to know. Oh! Despite my best efforts, my surprise slipped through. Mai stared at me, her eyes wide with an emotion I rarely saw in her. Fear. I smiled again, hoping to calm her. That wasn't so bad, was it? It's no big deal. Isn't it? I was so happy when you told me you trusted I didn't take the boots. Please believe me, I would never take something so important, and definitely not from my friends. I mean, I have before, but I really try not to. I can't control myself, but I try not to, and I didn't this time, please. The smile slid off my face. Kleptomania. I never heard it discussed as more than a joke, a terrible justification for something another person did. It was the compulsion to steal, wasn't it? And usually people were too ashamed to admit they took anything. I think so. Mai wouldn't have told me if she really took the boots. Would she? Was she just easing her conscience? That would explain why she got so defensive when I asked her whether she took them. It was also explain why she defended me so viscerally, because she felt responsible for what I was suffering through. But she wouldn't take anything from the people she cared about. Wait. My Turby pen. It was in her desk. Oh, snap. Oh, man, I don't like where this is going. I thought it was just misplaced, but she took it. You won't tell anyone, right? Mai trusted me enough to tell me what she was dealing with, and she was my friend. She never did me any harm. Well, not intentionally. I should keep her secret on principle. Friends do that for other friends, but But what if she really did take the boots? What if it was her way of asking for help? Even if she didn't, shouldn't Satch at least know about this? He was investigating the situation out of the kindness of his heart. He could use all the help he could get. Why do I feel like a decision's coming around? Wouldn't he need to know this? Oh. No! You can't do this to me, game. It would help Satch get the facts straight. But then oh god. Oh no. Oh no, I can't do this. Why? Why would you do this to me, game? Okay. Let's try to think about this logically. What's the worst that can happen is I just go back, you know? I already got the bad ending with PBG. I like Mai too much. Mai's too cool. I like her too much. I'll keep your secret, Mai. No, Mai was my friend. If she wanted to tell Satch, that was her business, not mine. I won't tell anyone unless you want me to.
Hana.
Thank you. Mai hurled herself around her desk into my arms. Whoa, no problem. No, really, thank you. Man, this almost feels like I picked the Mai route. I know things look bad now, but we're on each other's sides. On each other's side. Not sides, side. As long as we can rely on each other, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
You're right. As the clock neared the end of lunch, Mai stood up and took my tray. I'll take these back. Oh, thank you. No problem. She left, her footsteps a calmly measured march. She seemed to be feeling better, but maybe everything would work out? I hoped so. Oh my. One by one, students filtered into the classroom. I kept my eyes on my desk, running across the grooves in the worn wood. What would it feel like to run my hands across it? I wanted to find out, but was too afraid to move. Hana? I flinched at the sound of my name on another student's lips. The heat of several pairs of eyes lay thick on my face like a ray of sunlight. I didn't want to look at them. I couldn't look at them. The grooves of my desk really were very interesting, looping and swirling around. If it were a canyon, I'd fly a plane through it. They probably weren't looking at me. In all likelihood, I was imagining all of this. Yeah. How stupid of me, as if I were the center of the world. Silly Hana. She stole? But she looks so docile. This was way too familiar. Suddenly I felt lightheaded, as if my mind was no longer tethered to my body. Instead, I was floating up along the ceiling of the room, the place people feel when they roll their eyes in the back of their heads. A familiar scene played out before me. Oh, Melissa. You're so selfish. You think you're better than us. No. And Nami. Listen to Nami. Got some One Piece referencing going on here? Look at this girl. Who does she think she is? Makoto. Say something! Ow! Bitch slapped her. That bitch slapped her. I was carrying on the floor beside my desk. It was after school. I had come to the classroom to get a textbook I'd forgotten and run into three girls. Three girls who used to be my friends. You copied off my test, didn't you?
No.
I didn't. Why would I? How do you get to the top of the class then? And how did you manage to catch Nami's boyfriend, eh? You've been sleeping around, haven't you? No, I haven't. You guys know I wouldn't do that. Liar. No wonder, too, her mother wasn't around to teach her proper manners. Ha! I bet her mom taught her how to sleep around. Haven't you seen her father? Ah! I was standing. The book I threw lay on the opposite side of the classroom, Nami having ducked to avoid it. For an instant, they looked up at me in fear. Then Melissa started laughing. Oh wow, you're right. A bastard child from a bastard family. She'll never amount to much. But I feel so threatened now. I think I'll tell the principal what happened. No, wait, I'm sorry. Please don't I... You don't mind cleaning up for us then? We couldn't clean the classroom because another student attacked us. And we were all such good friends. Why would we lie about this? I moved to the utility closet at the back of the room and grabbed a broom. That a girl. Guess she learned something from her mother after all. Wow. 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 Those girls. Oh my god. Hannah, are you okay? You're shaking. I opened my mouth to respond, only for my teeth to start chattering.
Class?
Okay, class. Today we're going to... I raised my hand. Hannah, what is it? Bathroom? Emergency, please? Alright, but be quick about it. I headed for the door, feeling as though I was moving through ether. The 3 familiar green jackets didn't move a muscle as I shut it behind me. The hallway passed before me in a blur. All I could hear was the sound of my own breathing and the blood pounding in my head. I reached the restroom. A quick glance told me it was empty, all stall doors open. I picked one, rushed in, slamming the door, closing the lid of the toilet. Then I sat, pulling my knees up to my chest. I hate this. Deep breaths, Hannah. Deep breaths. Calm down. You're in the bathroom. You're at Asagao. Look, your uniform's different. The door's locked. No one's going to crawl under it like last time. You're safe. Calm down. Deep breaths. Ugh, someone crawled under it. As I breathed, my eyes wandered across the sterile gray tile and thick metal walls separating the stalls. It really did look different from my old school. There wasn't even graffiti on the backs of the doors. How in the world would Terry let people know she and Bobby would be together forever now? I read that line a little too seriously. I giggled. Pull yourself together, Hannah. This isn't the end of the world. Sure, things are bad, but...
You're my best friend, Hannah.
Aw. Your score. That's incredible! No, the Hannah I know would never hurt another person. I've already changed. But I'm still so... What am I even doing here? Crying in the bathroom stall because people were whispering about me. Get a hold of yourself, Hannah. Grow up! Do you want this to be it for the rest of your life? Every time someone is even the slightest bit mean to you, you run and hide, start crying and looking for someone to take the fall on your steed? What are you even doing with yourself? This won't be my future. I unlocked and pushed the door of the bathroom stall. My face, tear-stained and pink, stared back to me from the mirror. I'm going to change. From now on, I'm taking matters into my own hands. I will find the boots. I'll clear my name. Mai's too. And I'll find the missing books for Satch. He's been so kind to me, I've been letting him take everything upon himself. But who does he have when things go bad? I want to be someone people can lean on. I want to be someone who can actually help other people. I rinsed my face in the sink and dabbed it with a rough paper towel. It's time that things change. I walked back into the classroom, shoulders square and eyes staring straight ahead. Shizuka paused her lecture, waiting for me to take my seat. This time, I could see the other students' heads turning, following my movement across the classroom. I ignored them. When I sat, Shizuka began teaching again, a slight smile on her face. When her back was turned, I tapped my shoulder. Are you okay? And I will answer that next time on Asagao Academy. Every time I feel like I'm going to say a show name, but I don't have a show name. Firemac gameplay. Let's just go with that. This is Firemac saying bye-bye. See you next time.